Donnie, July 1st, we know the Canucks are looking for a centerman, and we know they're looking for a defenseman. We mentioned some names yesterday. There's another name I want you to keep an eye on, folks. Canucks are going to be looking for a center. Evan Rodrigues, if, capital letters, if he doesn't sign back with the Avalanche. I think they're trying to get him back. This is a player I can see the Canucks checking in on. Canucks tried to get Rodrigues last year as a UFA, but they didn't have the money. Alvin and Rutherford would know Rodrigues from his Pittsburgh days. Right shot center, kills penalties, can play on the wing as well, versatile, 16 goals last year, 19 the year before. Just another name to keep an eye on as July 1 approaches.
Yeah, 23 assists last year. He's got a great shot.
And the Canucks tried to get him last year, but they ran out of money. They couldn't do it. He's got a Pittsburgh connection to Alvin and Rutherford. This guy's a good centerman. He's a good centerman. So he's an eye.
People are rolling their eyes right now because yet another person from the Penguins organization maybe joined the Canucks.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. You're familiar with people, Donnie. Donnie, you start a new radio station tomorrow. You're going to hire people you're familiar with.
I won't hire you, but everybody else.
Hey, you're going to hire people that you're familiar with, people you trust. That's the way it works in hockey.
Might be hard to find people out of work in radio and TV. That's the only thing. I'm joking, of course.
Yes,
okay.
Of course.
Other names with the Canucks. We did this yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm going to shotgun you here. I'll give you some names. JT Miller.
Okay, so you know what?
From the Pittsburgh area.
You remember the trade deadline? And it was 10 days of chaos in the city. JT Miller, Pittsburgh. JT, remember who was at New York? The lady in New York tweeted he's going to JT. I can't remember her name.
I think we'll just go with the lady in New York.
Lady in New York, yeah. Lady in Red. Great
was
song.
it the Statue of Liberty?
Okay, can I get this? Lots of talk around JT Miller at the trade deadline. But you know what's quiet right now, folks?
The lady in New York.
Well, I don't know.
Who was it, Ryan?
You don't hear Miller's name right now. That's because the Canucks are not actively trying to move him. Now, anything can change with one phone call. But Miller's name is not out there, folks. Tyler Myers, Brock Besser, names are not out there. It could change. With the Ethan Bear injury, I think Myers' value has gone back up in the eyes of the Canucks.
So we're talking Myers now.
Yeah, we're talking Myers again. Canucks are also hoping Besser has a good offseason, improves his foot speed, regains his old form. The one guy's name out there that continues to be out there is Connor Garland.
Okay.
That's the player they continue to actively move. That's the one name that is still out there. But the others is very quiet around Miller, Myers, and Besser. So there's a reason why you're not hearing a ton of Miller stuff like you did at the trade deadline. It's just not out there.
Travis Dermott.
Donnie, February 18th, concussion. Early word is it doesn't look like the Canucks are going to qualify him. So that's the early word. Your buddy there, Philip Hronek. Mm-hmm. Shoulder shut down March 31st. He's expected to be okay, Don, and ready for camp, which is huge to me, because now you got Hughes, Myers, and Hronek. You got three guys back. You're going to go get that fourth guy in the second pair. You're talking to Burrows. You're talking to Juleson. There's another guy out there I want you to keep an eye on. His name's Troy Stecher. He lives in Richmond. He was born in Richmond, great Richmond kid.
Does he still live in Richmond? Do we know?
I don't know where he lives. I do know one thing. He's the pride of Richmond. Troy
lives
Stecher.
In Arizona now.
Huh?
Lives in Arizona now.
What are you, his agent? How do you know?
For one thing, we had him on, and he said, "I'm at my house in Arizona." And also, it's all over. It's also all over.
His next door neighbor's the lady from New York.
All over his Instagram as well.
Okay. Anyways, last year on July 1st, the Canucks picked up the phone and called Stecher's agent. I would not be surprised if that happens again. You know what? 2 years ago, when Stecher signed in Detroit, it came down to two teams: Detroit and Pittsburgh. And guess who was the GM at the time in Pittsburgh? A guy named Jim Rutherford.